Okay, welcome to the daily recap here. Just going to cover some of the trades that I took today. I'm going to start off with the London session here. I didn't do great in the London session. I think we ended up down about $150 total. So let's just kind of go over the entries here that we took in London and kind of fast forward it as we go. I know I take an entry straight out of open. I was looking here. We got this fair value gap here that it formed right at open, which you can see there, and to the downside. So I was thinking that if we traded back up into that, then possible short. So I put my order on the book there. And as you can see, we get tagged in short, and it just immediately goes against us. I found that usually straight out of open, it's not really going to give you the entry you're looking for right away. So I was watching the ES at the same time. I took this off a little bit early, so I saw the ES make a new high. And then, same concept here, but in the other direction. I was like, well, if we're on the wrong side short, then let's take a long. So I put on a long here on both accounts. After losing on that last trade, we're down 200 on the apex and 200 on the top step, as you can see there. And I hold this long for a little bit. I think we're up maybe $150, $200 at some point on it, but we end up holding it and letting it come back on us. We add a second contract when it trades back into the gap again. And I'm pretty sure we end up taking a loser on this. Let's just see. You see there, we're up 175. We're not taking the profit. Looking for more. And I just wasn't reading the market very well this morning. I do hold this trade for quite a while, and then it kind of comes back on me. Several opportunities to just take short profit. Of course, we don't. You can see it stops us out there for a loss on both accounts. So now at this point, we're down 348 on Top Step, 288 on Apex. And then we just weren't patient, right? We waited for the shift to the downside, which is what we should have been looking for anyway, since this thing was moving up out of the from midnight until 3 a.m. into the open. It was just moving up. So finally, we get the shift to the downside that we're looking for. You can see there on the 1 minute chart. We were just patient and waited for our proper setup, which is what we did here. We took our entry off the volume imbalance on the 1 minute chart over here on the right side that you can see, and got short there with three contracts on Apex, and then one contract on Top Step. And I think I try to add on another contract here, but I don't believe I get tagged in, or maybe I do. I don't really remember, to be honest. Let's see here what happens. So yeah, we got tagged in short, two contracts there on the Top Step account as well. And this moves in the right direction. Really was just trying to target that 900 level was kind of the idea. So you can see right here we're up 430 and 300 something on Top Step. We could kind of take it right there and end the day in green in the London session, but we don't do that. We end up moving our stops down, and we take one off here or there. Let's see here. We'll get this one more push down, I believe. There we go. So we're up about 670 over there on the Apex account and 400 on Top Step. So I could have taken it right there and just ended the day in green, ended that session in green, but we were looking for a specific target. I decided at this point to just move my stops down. I already took one there on the Apex account off, just to kind of, guarantee some profit. So I took one off on Apex, then I take one off on Top Step. We got one left on Top Step, and I move one down on Apex there, take it to just guarantee profit. So at this point on the Apex account, we can't lose. right? We're already up back to break even on the day, $5.50. So I was trying to give it a little room and let it go. I ended up just taking it off on Apex for $49 in profit. And then I was trying to let the Top Step one run, but I didn't want it to come back and give me no profit. So I'm pretty sure I ended up taking this one off for around $50. I think I locked in $40 or $50. So I don't want to say I mismanaged that trade. I did okay with it, but certainly the two trades prior to that were kind of uncalled for, especially that second trade. Getting stopped out short and then just jumping in long with no real setup. It's just not the smart way to do things. So I'm not quite sure why I did that, but that's what happened. And then I was going to go over, I did trade the New York session here. We took some trades here and didn't do well. So we entered New York session up $49 on Apex and down 195 here on Top Step. And I was going to go ahead and trade the open, which I do. Let's just fast forward. We try to take a couple of momentum trades, which we get punished for doing right here out of open. So right here at open, I take a long, as you can see. And the idea was we kind of pulled back into the VWAP area, thinking that this thing would continue higher. And it does there for a little while, but first it stops me out. So that puts me basically even on the Top Step account and up 176 on the Apex. So I really should just be done there and not take any more trades until we look for the silver bullet. But you guys know me, and that's not what we do. So it breaks back down here, starts to push back up. Now, if I was going to take this long, it should be for the break of the VWAP, right? But that's not what we do. We wait for it to push on up. And we wait for it to push on up, then we get long. Now I immediately move it to stop to break even, which is stupid because I'm watching the ES off the screen here and I can see it's just pumping. So we would have got a nice full trade there. Now we certainly should be done, right? Till the silver bullet. You'd be wrong again. Wrong again. Breaking the rules this morning. Doing the stuff I say I'm not going to do because I say that I'm just going to trade the silver bullet and then I do things like this. So apparently tried another entry there, took a small loss, re-enter right away, and immediately get stopped out for $200 loss. So now we're down 234 on Top Step. I didn't do these trades on both accounts. These kind of what I would classify as dumb trades. And here's another one. Took another long. Moved my stop all the way down. So normally the stop would be at $200. We'd already be stopped out. I wanted to give this room to go. And again, I'm not great at these momentum trades. I'm really not. So I start moving this up because I want to just kind of mitigate the risk a little bit. And so we end up getting stopped out here, I think, for 185, something like that. Just not very smart. So once we get stopped out, I believe we're down $423 at that point on this account. And I think there's one more trade in here that's just not great again. Here it is. So let's see where this trade ends up at. Oh, I guess we took one more loser. I can see right here. I must have fast forwarded through it. That's okay. So we're down $632 coming into this trade, or $682. And then I think we get a little bit of a winner. So just taking momentum trades this morning that I'm not good at. And I know I'm not. I know that's not what I should be trading. So then after this trade, I know I wait. And I'm like, all right, let's just look for the silver bullet setup between 10 and 11. Now, what's the problem with that? Problem is we're going to be down going into the silver bullet, right? So basically going to be using the silver bullet just to get out of the trouble that we've already dug ourselves into. And I don't know why I do these things. I should really just, I should really wait for the silver bullet. So that's going forward going to be what I try to do there. And I think I was trying to give this room to go here. I thought it would move up into the possible 80s. It doesn't. Comes back down, stops us out. Took one contract off there. Then I was thinking, I may as well shoot for the moon. But we don't get to the moon here. It just kind of hangs around, stops us out. So at this point, we're down 552. And I'm like, all right, let's wait for the silver bullet. So we wait for our time frame to happen, 10 a.m. So let's just kind of go over to 10 a.m. and see what happens. So here we are, 10:01. Now what we're looking for is just displacement to the downside, right? Like I said, we've been pushing up all morning, so we're just looking for some displacement to the downside. And for whatever reason, I do not take this entry on both accounts. I only take it on the Top Step account. So we are start getting some displacement to the downside there on the 1 minute chart, which is on the right side of the screen for you guys. Kind of want to see it break that 40 level. It's kind of the line in the sand. That's where the displacement would occur. So I'm just watching it, waiting, saying, all right, if it breaks 40, then, and there it goes, it breaks 40. Now we're looking for where our entry should be. Entry should be right there at the, and this is where I kind of misread this, I think. Yeah, 50. Right at the 50, because that's where the there was a little volume imbalance there. So I get short at the 50, 2 contracts. You can see us take a little bit of drawdown here. And why did we take drawdown? You can see if you look over here on the 1 minute chart, the actual short entry should have been at 55. I didn't wait for that candle to print. And so the short entry should have been at 55. Instead, I had it at 50. So there you can see me take one off just to kind of lock in some profit here. This was a pretty quick trade. We took one off, then we took a second one off, and then there's the third one. So I'm sorry, we only had 2 contracts. So we took one off, and then we took the second one off for $800, which is like, okay, it puts us in green 253, but the market completely sold off. Within the next 10 minutes, we sold down to 890. So we sold down another 40 handles. So I certainly left quite a bit on the table there. But that put us in the green for the day. So on Top Step, we were up $253. You can see this is a fresh step to account. We just reset yesterday. We got our monthly reset because we blew up the account. And then on Apex Trader, you can see that we ended the day at 176. So that's the recap for the day. Certainly didn't do great. Took some trades that I shouldn't have taken. But we're going to be live again tomorrow at 3 a.m. If you guys are missing me in the New York session, just want to remind you that I'm on vacation, not streaming that session. But I am streaming the London session at 3 to 4 a.m. While I'm on vacation. So if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, and we will see you live at 3 a.m.